talking about?
We back. This is season 3.
Hey, man, you already know what's going on. We back, bro. WTCB, what they talking about? It's us. You already know what it is. Season 3. We here. As you can see, we got some new toys. You know what I'm saying? We got some new stuff going on. And, you know, as you can see, we also got some new people in the back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there you go right there. So, yeah, that's the people right there. So, actually, do y'all want to start this off by introducing yourselves?
Yes, I would love to. So hi, you guys may not know me, but my name is Maddie, and I'm just happy to be here. You know, I'm part of the gang now, but you know, I'm gonna be running it. So.
There we go.
Yeah, little sis.
There we go.
All right.
As Maddie said, we just got here. My name's Ant. You know, I've been friends with these guys for a minute, and you know, I'm glad to be on the podcast with y'all.
Welcome, man. Welcome.
You know, we got to get back to the OGs. Come on. Got to get back to the OGs. But what we talking about over here? Who's this? Who is this over here with the shades on?
I'm just a guy.
Oh,
I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. It's I mean, you know, last. You know, I'm just a guy.
Last man, got it. Copy.
I'm just a guy. But yeah, yeah.
Excuse me.
I'm just a guy. Nah, you already know. It's your boy, Big Jern.
Yeah, it's your boy Quan.
Hey, you already know who it is. It's the talent. It's your boy. It's Jose Cartier, double C, and a double cup. You already know what's going on, man.
It's been a
Welcome
minute,
to What They
guys.
Talking About podcast.
Welcome to What They Talking About podcast. Thanks for the save, Jern. Thank you for the save.
It's been a long minute. Like
Nice
a real long minute.
Year and a half.
It's been a
Year
real,
and a half.
yeah, a real long minute.
Our annual cookout is coming up. Like we've been going for too long.
Yeah. Why?
You know, we had a lot of stuff going on that we had to get situated. As you can see, we no longer have Jalen here with us. That's still our dog, though.
He's still alive, by the way. That sounded.
Yes, that sounded very off the wall. My
He's
boy is
still
still
alive.
alive. He continued on with his life to do something
Am I
better.
about to be still alive? Keep coughing.
You
I'm
might
gonna
not
die.
be alive.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look. But we got to this first episode, though.
There is water. We got you.
I mean, but what have you guys been doing during this this long old time away?
Life has been lifing.
Tell me about it.
It's been lifing.
I want to hear about it.
New jobs, finding peace, finding
No.
happiness.
I want to hear about
It's a
it.
lot to hear about.
Yeah.
We got time.
No,
Expand
we don't.
on it.
No,
we got
Yes,
time.
We do.
We don't.
We do. We want to know.
Ups and downs, just life. Y'all know I'm not gonna tell my life for these people. What's wrong with y'all?
It's the podcast.
Matt, you got it?
I get a water. God, Lord, please.
To journey?
No, I can't go. I can go. So since you've last heard from me, a lot of shit has happened to me. Some good, some bad. It's actually kind of just like a circle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be up, sometimes it be down. But since we last spoke,
You know, I was thinking about that too.
Yeah.
it's like it goes in
But you know,
it's a
like,
circle.
Up and down.
Diagram or something
That's
like
like
that.
a.
A roller coaster?
Hey, look. When you do this with a circle, right?
That
What
goes
you
in a
doing?
cycle. It's a
You going
cycle.
down?
Cycle.
You going down? You going?
It's a
Are you going
cycle.
up? You going up?
Up and
But
down.
tell your story.
Yeah.
Preach,
All right.
preacher.
So yeah. But yeah. No. Last time y'all heard from me, so I was working at Tesla. So yeah, not working at Tesla any longer. You know what I'm saying? I'm working at a new position, making more money. You know what I'm saying? Making new connections,
Congrats.
doing
Big
some
bag.
things. You know what I'm saying?
Bless you.
I'm trying to think, when did we? Oh yeah, I got a car, fucked it up. Did some stupid stuff, but you know we here now today. I got a good job. I'm in a better headspace. I was in a really bad headspace. You know what I'm saying? But we're growing. If y'all been with us for a while, you know I've had my struggles with mental health. So you know it's a good thing to be here, to be better now. You know what I'm saying? And to be starting this new season, literally a new season. New season on the podcast, new season of life.
I got a
Love
question.
Let's hear it, brother.
The past that
I got a question. I got a question. Let's hear it, brother.
I just
you
wanted to know honestly how y'all felt overall about us being away for so long. Because, you know, me personally, I feel like breaks are necessary. You know, and the reason why I feel that way is simply because it allows you to take some time away and assess what went right and also what went wrong. Because when you're just constantly going back to back to back, it can be a good thing, but you know, you do need to take some time away to, you know, reevaluate. and we didn't mean to take this long of a break and time away, but we did. So, you know, how do y'all feel overall about, you know, just taking a break, you know, and I'm not just talking about from the podcast, but I'm talking about from everything, because I know everyone's lives in here personally. And I can say, you know, from my perspective, that God has kind of forced all of us to have to break. Like, quite literally, you know, speaking from Sojourner standpoint, still within that breaker, you know, with Matt and Quan and everything that happened to you guys. You know, I don't know if you guys want me to get too personal, you know, but, you know, I'll say, you know, I'll say with Quan, like, you know, you've had your truck stolen. I'll say with Matt, you know, you've had your car taken away from you as well, which is crazy. And, you know, just transitioning from employment, and Sojourner, the same thing, you know, that transition from employment and how those things have been. Like, those were forced breaks, but, you know, in regards to the podcast, this was kind of like a planned break, but not this long of a planned break. You know, but how do you guys feel about breaks overall?
Well needed. I don't care what anybody say. I don't care the situation. Breaks are needed. I will gladly, and I love all y'all to death. If I feel I need a break, I will take a break from y'all. And I don't even just mean like this podcast situation. I mean like life in general. Like, if I'm getting to that point where I feel too overwhelmed, my depression is coming back, whatever the case may be, y'all probably won't hear from me for a while. Mm-hmm. I'm fine. It's nothing personal. It's just I need time to myself. I need a break.
I
never, you know, when I think of like yourself, Quan, or when I think of you, Maddie, I don't think of really depression, especially Maddie. For those of you that don't know, Maddie's like the GOAT. Like, Maddie does I don't know how she does so much, but Maddie literally does. I don't think that she gave herself the appropriate introduction into our podcast, because to even have her on the podcast is kind of a blessing, because she already does so much. Like, the place that we're sitting in right now.
Oh, she's blushing.
She's a part of it.
Shout out to Maddie for
Oh,
this.
You know?
Yeah, shout out to Maddie. Shout out to Maddie
for this one.
Clap it up for Maddie. Clap it up for Maddie. Clap it up. Clap it up.
Maddie,
Clap it up for Maddie.
like, Maddie, like, what do you do?
Clap it up.
You work for Say Yes, right? What else do you do? You work for Slow Roll. You're doing marketing for Slow Roll. You do your own personal marketing business. Cruise Media Control.
Come on.
Like, what else? 'Cause I know it's more.
I teach children's church at Bethesda.
She teaches children's church at Bethesda. Still has a social life.
Still has a
Don't
social
stop to
life.
your heart. Keep going.
Come on. That's what I'm saying.
And then on top of that, now a co-host of What They Talkin Bout podcast.
There it is.
Yes.
Like, you're doing a lot.
Yeah, I am.
And I think, you know, like, you know, obviously the topic of the day is just, you know, taking a break. And we just had this conversation this week where you just felt like you were a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So how do you feel overall? I mean, obviously you weren't with us in regards to our break. But how do you feel? Like, I feel like you do need a break, but I feel like you have the ability to control your breaks instead of, you know, being God forcing you to say, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna sit you down."
Mm-hmm. So definitely, I think that's actually it's been learned to how to control my breaks. It's been a journey, a real good mental health journey, but I think a mental health journey is everlasting. It goes on forever. So with me just doing everything, I do have to take a step back sometimes and be like, okay, let me disconnect. Let me sit down for a second. Let me just go into my house. What I got to do, pray, write in my prayer journal, just to get me out of this funk, because sometimes I do still allow it to overwhelm me. I do still get burnt out. And, you know, then I'll disappear. I'll delete my social medias. I won't come out. I won't respond in the group chat, as y'all can see. If y'all text in that group chat, I'm not responding. But I hear y'all.
Oh, we noticed.
I'm pulling stuff through. I'm pulling through still, but sometimes I need to disconnect, and that break for me allows me to just refocus, realign myself, and just reflect on what I'm doing, so to make sure that I'm just doing things efficiently and that I'm showing up as my best self in all areas of my life, because when I can't do that, everything else falls apart, and I just need to be present in my space and in my success, and just whatever I'm doing, I need to be present. So I need that space, I need that time. And I'll let my friends know. Before, it was a time where, you know, you just disappear. You don't want to put your burdens on other people. You want to put your burdens on other people. But Galatians 6:2, me and you just talked about this last. It says to cast your burdens on to others, just so that you guys can fellowship together and take on your own problems together. You don't got to do it alone. Nothing is too big for God at all.
For sure.
But make sure that you guys have a village. And I believe that you guys are now my village. You know, I talk to y'all about stuff. When I'm out, I'm venting. Especially, that's why I say it's my favorite brother.
We know.
Me and Quan.
Yep, we know.
We here. I talk to Quan about everything. I talk to Laz about everything too, but this is my favorite brother. But really, just having that village. So I would say definitely just taking away, just making sure when you do take that break, make sure that you let somebody know. It don't got to be nothing to be like, hey, I'm not feeling like myself today, so I'm a take a break for a few days.
Yeah.
And you know, that's important because you know you just appearing this, people calling you, people bothering you. You don't get that peace that you want because now people worried about you, and you're like, dang, I have to go back outside. I gotta respond to these people. But just say something and just take that time for yourself to really reflect.
You touched on a few things. Three of those things. You touched on like awareness, self-awareness for one, communication with others, and also casting your burdens on other people. Like during this break, me, myself personally, I went through a whole hell of a lot, as all of you may know, a whole lot of death. And then I just had another death within this past 2 weeks. And that one wasn't as close to me, but it was still significant because, well, I'll just say it for those who are listening, my best friend was murdered. And then, you know, just recently we had a celebration, a birthday party for him that we threw. And then a couple days later, his sister dies, and she was only 19 years old. So, you know, as we're still here, it hasn't even been a year yet that we were kind of like mourning and grieving over the death of him. And to have his sister in on top of that was just like a whole nother thing. And then you have, you know, me personally, my grandmother died as well. I had two aunts die. This is all within the past year. Like it hasn't even been a full year yet since all of these deaths have happened. I've had two aunts die, about 5 cousins die, a whole lot. And one of the, and then also, you know, dealing with relationship things as well, where it's like, gosh. And then on top of that, trying to run and operate a podcast, trying to run and operate a gym. And then on top of that, I was also in school for respiratory therapy. One of the things, I'm a very self-aware person myself personally. And I definitely wear my heart and all of my emotions on my sleeve. Y'all know, you know, if I'm happy, you're going to see that I'm happy. If I'm sad, you're going to see all of it, you know, right? So we talked about casting our burdens onto our friends. And one of the people that I leaned on heavily during this past year, and I think we've gotten a little bit closer because of it. I mean, I think he knows who I'm talking about, you know. You know, like day in and day, like, you know, like day in and day out, it was just like I would call him and talk about the same thing over and over and over.
You talking about two people at one time? Cause
I thought you
no, I was talking about Matt.
Oh, I you know how many times you call me talking about the same thing over and over?
It was definitely.
I guess we all had a different topic of what he's
talking
about.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, I talked to all of you in regards to all of these topics.
God, it's just talking about me.
Yeah, no, I talked to
everyone was like, oh man.
Yeah, no, I talked to Matt like day in and day out, but I did talk to all of you guys, and I was just thinking, you know, speaking back on that Galatians 6:2, like I was just very thankful that he allowed me to lean into him like that. And I'll say that Sojourner has definitely done it before. When I was, you know, for relationship purposes, Quan definitely reached out, allowed me to have that space and time. I never utilized it to the full extent as I did with Matt and Sojourner. And then, man, it's been dark during this break. That's all I gotta say. It's been real dark. It's been as dark as these shades. But you know what really brought me out of that, honestly, was my grandmother's death. And then the only reason why it was because I was in a really, really dark place during this whole time. And it was just like I was thinking to myself, like, I was about to die. Like I felt myself dying. Like I felt like I was about to go. And you know, I remember it was my grandmother's death, but after that, Anthony had came up to the house, and because I called him over one day, I was going through it, and I was like just feeling really, really bad. Anthony had came over to the house, and he said that he can feel the energy before he even stepped into my house. Like it felt eerie.
It was dark.
Like energy is real, and it felt eerie. Like the lights were on.
Yeah.
It was dark.
Yeah. He
felt like. And I know that feeling because I felt that from other people before. But you know, thank you as well. You know, for coming out. I don't know what he said. He said to me, during that time this is it. Like, tell yourself this is it. And I was like, I had to take a minute. And I was like, this is it. And at first I was slouched over. As soon as I said that, you know, it's power in the tongue. As soon as I said that, my whole posture just changed. And he noticed it and then pointed it out to me. And then I noticed it. I was like, oh, yeah, I am sitting up right now. And then, you know, the change in, like, I started changing everything around me. I started changing the music that I listen to on a day-to-day basis. I opened up all the windows in the house just to let some sunlight, even if it, you know, how Buffalo is in the winter is gray, right? You know, I opened up all the windows in the house. Like, I had to, I'm a very clean person. My car was looking crazy. Yeah. I was down 20 pounds looking crazy. Didn't get it, you know, and then it just, no fresh. You had to change. That wasn't even a break. That was just like, I don't even know what this is.
Rock bottom.
I don't even want to say that was rock bottom. That's not rock bottom. That was emotional rock bottom. Yeah, and you know, one thing that I thought about during that time was like, oh, this is happening to me. Mm-hmm. Like this is like I'm being punished for, like I have to be being punished for something. Like you taking away all of my love. Mm-hmm. Like I have to be being punished for something. But it's not that. It wasn't that. This is just the way that, it's just life. I'll say that, it's just life. It was my grandmother's time to go. Maurice's death was untimely. And everything else that happened around that time, it was just like, you know.
It was a lot, bro.
It was a lot.
Yeah. And then also, at the gym, the girl that we trained, her and her family.
Yeah, that. Oh yeah, that too. That was another, that kind of kicked off the deaths, actually. Yeah. But I didn't have a time really to take a break. Like I really didn't. Like I just kept going. I'm still going. Mm-hmm. Like I'll go in the gym. I'll just go in my massage room. I'll be laying down on the table and stuff like that. But I just kept going. And I think that, you know, I'm thankful personally for you guys, you know, again, to be there to help and to hold me up as much as you possibly can, even though you guys are going through your own things as well. But yeah, I didn't have really, like, the gym still had to be open. Mm-hmm. You know, I still had to lead in some other areas. Bills still had to be paid. Life still has to go. Thankfully, we have the luxury with this podcast where we don't have to do this all the time. We can say, oh, okay, we need a break. It's not like anybody's paying us for it. We're paying for it.
Don't let that deter you. If you want to hire us.
Yeah, you know, we're all for that.
Like
but
you said, there's power in the tongue.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Not yet.
Speaking of that, you know, I used to, speaking of power in the tongue, you know, digressing a little bit, I used to say, I just want to make 6 figures.
Yeah.
I feel like that's too low.
It is low.
Mm-hmm.
Because
much more than that.
Kanye said if you reach for the stars, you land on the clouds. So, you know, I need millions. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have millions. Just speaking that into existence.
Mm-hmm. He sound like me.
You know, you know, we'll get there. But yeah, you know, I got a little personal for you guys, just a little bit.
I mean, as you should though. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Yeah,
like I know I can speak on me.
Oh, I want to hear it. Mm-hmm. I want to hear it.
Yeah, you've been quiet.
I want to hear it because hold on. I don't know if the people know this. For the people that watches us consistently, first of all, I'm in love with the whole new setup. I love this. This is sexy.
Just catch me.
This is sexy.
This is beautiful. What is this?
I'm allergic to it.
But in regards to yourself, obviously the people can see. You know, we all knew.
He owed him. No.
That's crazy.
Dang, man, I didn't even get a chance to get a haircut.
You gotta brush your son, bro. You gotta let him brush that down or something, bro.
No more Maui. No more Maui.
Before we even get to that, from the last time y'all saw me, bro, I had braids and cut them off.
Oh yeah, you
didn't have braids when we were. No, you didn't have braids.
No, I'm saying from the last time y'all see me, I didn't. I just had my hair a little longer. In that time, I grew braids and then cut them off.
Yeah,
he just cut them off.
Yeah,
I just cut them off.
That's
like a
hilarious.
month ago. I didn't even get to show the people.
Yeah.
Okay, no more Maui.
Yeah, you know, a lot has you know what's crazy is I actually attribute to a lot of stuff that's been happening to me over this past year to me cutting my hair, because I cut my hair around January, and then
Things change.
All hell broke
life.
loose.
I feel like life started life, and then immediately after that, like I don't know, because when I grew my hair, I feel like I grew my hair for the wrong reasons. It was out of spite of somebody. They said they didn't like me with long hair, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm growing my hair out."
Yeah.
So for me having that hair for so long, once I feel like I cut it, I felt like all the negative energy that was tied to it just started releasing. And then I feel like, again, life started life, and afterwards, like, I say, I didn't quite lose my truck, but I had to take my truck off the road after I cut my hair. I lost my job. As life pretty much forced me to sit down and reflect.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say this is the first time since I was 16 years old, probably, that I've only had one job.
Yeah.
And I've had so much abundance of time on my hands that I don't know what to do with it. Like, at first it was honestly freaking me out because, like I said, I never knew what to do with this much time. So I was like, so Labs will know. I will call him, I have conversations. I'll be like, bro, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, this is crazy for me. Like, there's sometimes I even cry and be like, yo, I don't know what life is in store for me anymore because I've never had something such drastic happen to me before. Like, I got fired from my job. I didn't quit. So I've never in life been fired from a job before. So how can I say this? Yeah, so I've never been fired from a job before, but I feel like in a sense that was God telling me to sit down.
Absolutely. I was going to say that for sure because it's like, I was thinking about that. I'm happy that you were aware of that as well because it's like you've literally been working since you were. I think you were working before you were 16, actually. and like for what? Like, tell me about the time you're out here selling weed.
We fake manifested that for him. No funny shit.
Chill out. Allegedly. Chill out.
Allegedly.
He said, "Talk about the what?
Tell me about those 10 bricks in the basement.
What is that? Best Buy
Tell me about those 10 bricks in the basement.
What,
You
had that fire?
Only bricks is in the basement is with mortar on them.
Tell me about the bombs that you had at the corner store.
Oh. All right, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
I'm joking.
Thank you for coming to
No, but seriously, you've literally been
Great
working
episode.
since you were 16, and it's like, sit down.
Nah, it honestly feels like it was a sit down moment. But
No, seriously.
to be honest, like after, I probably say after like 2-3 months in, maybe I started to reflect and was like, maybe I did need to sit down. So now it's like, I've been in a way better headspace than I was in when I was working so much. Yeah. So I may not be the same financially, but now I'm learning how to take care of my money better because at that point in time, it was, you got it, why not? So
You got it.
Like,
ball out.
for real, it was like, I didn't want for anything. So it was, I don't care. I get it back next week. That was my mindset.
Sections on him.
But now it's like, now I'm learning to be more like responsible with my money. Like I'm learning.
They don't make you happy.
Not for real. So it's like, it was a well-needed break. A blessing that I actually couldn't see at first.
I think after I've been through things like that before, and you grow in it.
No, for real.
It's sink or swim, but I believe that you're gonna swim. You don't have a choice. I'm not gonna let you sink.
Never mind.
I got you.
Matt's not gonna let you sink. Quan.
I'm gonna let you struggle for a little. I'm gonna be honest. You ain't gonna learn unless you struggle some.
But
for real, that's
you learn necessary, and this is God's doing. Like, 'cause there's no reason as to why you should be in the position that you're in. It's a blessing in the burden, for sure.
That's definitely true. Because like I was saying, it was, and when I lost my job in February, and June, with me still only having one job, you couldn't tell me that I would be okay.
Yeah.
Like mentally, I would have been like, yo, there's no way. Like, what do you mean you only got one job? Like, you got stuff to pay for. You got trips and stuff that you got to go on. Like, I'm just not accustomed. I'm accustomed to living a life. So when I had a certain financial status, it was just, once you took that away from me, it was like, how are you still going to maintain this life that you're accustomed to living?
Yeah.
So it was me having to sit back and reflect. Like I'm saying, it's blessings and burdens sometimes. Sometimes you got to you'll see it through.
I gotta pay homage to Maddie real quick one more time. You just spoke on something financial, and I just thought about things that she's told me about how she's been living for the past like 4 or 5 years, and the way she lives kind of scares me, but she still makes it look good.
How do you live, Maddie?
Well,
I'm invested now.
I want to know.
Well, first
She lived.
First
the
of
way
all,
she lived.
First of all, I was gonna speak on Journers little thing, because I was just gonna say, for like it's so easy to get lost in stuff when you're making a certain amount of money, when you just seem like it's happy, things going so good for me, but it's like you getting lost in that. At the same time, for me it's like if I'm not thinking God, I'm not like God is not in it. You could be happy, but God may not be in it. And for me, it's like I know, like God already has a plan for you, so it's like if you don't see that plan or you don't see what He doing, He gonna sit you down and make sure that you see it. So He gonna strip you of everything so that He like you ain't gonna have no choice but to listen to me and listen and sit down.
For sure.
So when He fired you, He said, I know right now it don't seem like this is good for you, but I need you to sit down so you can see all that I have for you. And right now you seem happy, you in a good space, you in a better space. So for me, that's last time I did live life on the wild side a little bit. I was at spend it and get it right back. Spend a check and get it right back all the time. I'm young. I wanted a lot of nice things. So I was like, I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. I'm about to go for it. But now it's just like me being on my own. I'm independent. I live alone. I pay all my bills. Ain't nobody, they don't handouts from mommy or daddy or friends or boyfriends and that because, I ain't doing none of that.
You do well.
So it's just me. But it's like I really have to be mindful financial wise, I had to be mindful of that. And really, I just keep bringing God into it because, God is always at the center. So for me, I'm going to say my little testimony because I've been saying it for weeks now. So I ain't paid a credit card bill since June. I ain't touched a credit card bill since June. But because, listen, don't do that.
June of last year?
June of last year.
2022.
June of last year.
364 days.
Listen,
364 days.
I hate that.
Damn. You ain't Capital One. I don't know who you got.
Let me tell you, I got 6 credit cards, okay?
Damn.
Okay, but listen,
what you trying to be?
But when I first moved out on my own,
she's a scammer.
When I first moved out on my own, I had 2 jobs. So I was working, I had 3 actually. I was working mad jobs, okay? I was working at Wendy's, I had an internship, and I was working at the gym, right? I was working at LA Fitness, now Sport or whatever.
I really never knew you were African. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's facts.
What?
That was a racist joke.
At multiple jobs.
Oh, you're annoying.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Right, I'm like,
I love my people. I love my people.
Did I say
I love my
something?
ignorance.
Okay.
I love all my people.
Put it at before, so that still wasn't enough to take care of the bills, to take care of the car, and everything. I said I've been doing stuff on my own for a while, so I was paying my rent with credit card bills. That's why it got so bad. On top of me being in school, I just graduated my master's last year.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I wanted. I wanted
Congrats.
to do that.
Yes.
Come on.
Thank you. So it's hard.
Clap it up, man. Clap it up. Clap it up.
Thank you. So juggling with all that and then trying to pay your bills on time, something had to not get paid, and I had to make that choice, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm prayerful and I'm faithful, so I've been praying and I've been stayed up. But I got in church more, so that's when I got back in church. I wasn't in church for years because I was dealing with a lot of stuff, but last July, I got back in church. I started to teach children, teaching the ministry, and I started praying more, reading my Bible, and just really doing God's work and just talking about God's people too. No matter what I was like I'm doing now, this is me all the time. I'm bringing him in every time, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh, God, what am I gonna do? So February 14th, I launched my business, and I didn't think it was gonna take off as much as it did, but I prayed about it. I prayed over it. I was in church, remember?
Yeah,
I was in church.
Yep.
I was in church. The name of it, I was in church. I was like, God, I don't know what you want me to do. Write stuff down. I'm in church.
She had
just
notes.
Talking about it. I had notes. I was prayed over, right? Yeah. And when I launched it, it took off better than what I expected it to, right? And then even with this new job, I got promoted last September too. Even with this new job, I'm still trying to find my reins. But I said I ain't paid a credit card bill since June. This past Friday, I paid off 2.
Come on. Clap it up.
2 more to go.
We love that.
4 more to go. 4 more to go, but I've been budgeting. You see, I ain't got my nails done. Usually, if you see me, my nails is always done.
She's been out here on mad trips, buying mad sneakers.
Yeah,
I don't know what she's talking about. Got another trip planned for July.
Hair done, nails done, everything did.
Off camera, you scared?
Big scam.
Never scam me. I'm just faithful. So now it's like when I feel like I can't pay a bill, and it's like, okay, this is like, prayer with no effort, it doesn't work. Yeah. So it's like I'm prayerful, but I'm putting the effort.
Faith without
so
work
it's
is dead.
Yep, exactly. So it's like I'm not putting.
Right,
so it's like I'm saving.
You already know what it is. Big
I'm budgeting. I'm budgeting. It's a little hard for me to budget, but I am budgeting. Like I don't eat out as much. Like I said, my nails and stuff is really my biggest thing. I don't get it done, and I be chilling. Like I died down on going out. I was going out a lot. Like for the beginning of the year, I was doing a lot. But now it's just
Last
like
said you still do. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I have so many videos.
So Maddie, you was at Bible study last Saturday.
Videos you throwing that thing around is crazy.
Whoa.
That's
yo,
crazy.
first of
That
all,
right there.
when I do go out though,
I don't know about
when I
throwing
do
that
go
thing
out, I
around,
don't spend the
but
money.
Not God
That's
and
true.
throwing that thing.
Okay, as you should. As you
That's
should.
crazy.
throwing
I
it for
hate you
Jesus. All right, forgive me, Lord. I'm sorry.
Said, make it
I took
jump
too
for
far.
Jesus.
I took it too far.
Bounce to the
Oh
bounce.
my gosh.
Make it shake
Bounce
for
to
your
bounce,
Savior.
Lord Jesus.
Anyway.
Jump that.
You're not about to fight me like this. Anyways, all I'm saying is prayer works. Now that I see like how God is moving in my life, I'm just continuing to move with God and just with God's love as I continue to just do things, because it's just like when I stray away from that, I get lost. I go into that dark space she was talking about. It get real dark. And sometimes you don't even see how consumed you are in darkness until it's too late. Then you fighting to pull yourself out. So it's just like start recognizing.
That's a fight for real.
Yeah, it's a real fight.
Life
And
be
that's-
winning at that
it's a
point
real
for real.
fight.
And that's when you have friends. Like,
And that's when you gotta
Yeah, when you got
recognize.
to-
You gotta
exactly.
recognize your signs. So for me, it's like, all right, I'm getting distant. Like Lazar called me, like, "What's up? I ain't hear from you." Like, yeah, because I'm going through it. But yes, Laz, yes, Laz. So it's just like you really gotta notice your signs, and that's why I text my friends like, "Hey, I'm dealing with something right now, or I'm really not feeling like myself. I gotta take a step back. I'm getting overwhelmed, and if I can't do that, or I don't have the space to do that, then I'm losing my shit. Like for real, I'm losing my shit. I've lost my shit before. You've seen me lose my shit before.
yeah.
It's bad. And
You
I don't
see me.
like getting like that because that's the devil. The devil, that's what he wants you to do. And I can't allow him to get me like that because it's just like now I'm taking 10 steps back.
Exactly.
I got like 3 things to say.
Go ahead.
All right. First things first. I wanted to talk about, give you some encouragement, and for people who may be going through what it is that you've gone through, what you're going through right now, Sojourner, what I've been through. I got fired from 2 jobs in 1 year, and I definitely wasn't going to stay at either of those jobs, but I got fired.
Did you laugh?
Like, damn.
No way.
I thought he
Yo,
burped.
No way.
Did you burp?
Sorry.
No,
We got to talk about before. The reason why I started laughing
They
is
smoking
if
the
you
last
watch
night.
him, you're looking at Laz, he's talking low with the glasses on.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude thinks he's so cool, and he just talk about he got right.
No, but listen to how you like.
Anyway.
Lost 2 jobs.
Anyway, no, seriously though. But I lost those 2 jobs in 1 year, right? One of them, I was actually working with Anthony at the last one. He was working down the hall. We were working at, it's not important. I was working at Hertz. Where were you working at? Enterprise. We were renting out cars.
Yep.
And I was making some good money. I was making some sales, but I got fired for something I should have been fired for. But anyway, I got fired. That led me, and I think I was another thing, moving in faith. I didn't have any money. Like, I had money. I had enough money to last me one more of the bill payment. So my car note, my car insurance, my cell phone. I think those are the only bills that I had at the time. I was like 21, 22. I had, and like a credit card or 2. I had enough money to pay off all that. And I think by the end of that, I had like $20 left. And at the time, I'm going to church every single week. And I'm very I made a promise to God. I said, hey, every year I'm going to increase my my tithes, my offerings by $5, $10. So I think at that point, I was only given like $20 a week or something like that. And I was down to my last $20. I gave my $20 one Sunday when I went into church, and I had $0 left. No job lined up. $0 left. No job lined up. $0. I just gave God
That's
my
fake.
money.
I ain't gonna lie.
I
ain't gonna
said,
hold you. I might give you a fine, Lord. You're gonna have to catch me on the back end.
and that was
I love
like
you, my guy.
that was one of the first times that I had to like really, really trust God, right? And about 2 weeks later, I had a gym bill because I was going to Catalyst. Well, at the time, I think it was like Best Fitness or something like that. I was going there. I was walking around. I was like, dang, well, everything's paid. I still don't know how I'm gonna make it. But I was walking around in the gym because I had so much time. I decided to walk in the office, ask for a job. I got my first personal training job. I was there for the next 2-3 years. In that time span, I created so many relationships and met so many people that I still know to this day. Fast forward to this day, I own my own gym.
Congrats, black man. Congrats.
Let's clap it up, clap it up, lads. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
I still have those connections that I made during that time after I was fired from those 2 jobs in that 1 year from things that I wasn't gonna do anyway. And it just turned like I can see God's hand moving me because I wouldn't have moved myself. In every step, as I look back in hindsight, in every step of the way, I never was without. I always had it. Like I got that $20 done. They paid. I didn't even have any clients. They paid me $1,000 or something like $1,500 just to sign on, and that was 2 weeks after, just to give insight in regards to that. I was also fired from that place too. Yeah.
Why?
Damn,
God said it was time to go.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
I heard.
No, and I don't.
He let somebody drop.
But
But
what did they say was the reason? Though?
Oh no, I was like I felt like they weren't feeding me, and they were feeding everybody else clients. So it was one time the manager came in there. I have had, a very. I don't bite my tongue. I didn't bite my tongue.
Don't.
I don't bite. I'm not biting my tongue.
Yeah, thank you. Tell the truth.
So the manager walked in there and he said something to me, and I was like, "Oh, you ain't even got to worry about that. I ain't gonna be here for too much longer." And then like it wasn't anything crazy, right? So he leaves.
That's kind of crazy.
You basically just said fire me before I quit.
You kind of was like, I don't even really give a fuck about that because in like 2 weeks I ain't gonna be here.
So he called me on.
Speed it up.
So we know the owner person. I know where she lives and everything, like right. So he calls me to.
Threatening her right now?
He called me on accident and said to me, recited to me what I had said to him, thinking that he was calling the owner. And I was on the phone. I was like, you're talking to me, right? And he's like, oh, sorry. And then, proceeded to call the owner. And the next thing you know, a day or so later, I get a call saying for me not to come back in. And I was like, I didn't even do anything. Like, I literally did. I don't have the right to say that. Like, you mad? But that's just how I felt. You didn't even ask me why. I've been here for the past 2-3 years. I've been putting in work for here 2-3 years. You didn't even ask me why. But again, if I would have stayed there, I would have been too comfortable. I would have never opened this gym. I promise you. I would have been too comfortable with just being there. I'm just giving you some words of encouragement. And everybody else that, like I said, going through something like that, like, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's ironically enough, when I got fired from Tesla, that's exactly how I was feeling. I was like, yeah, I'm comfortable here. I'm like, I go and I do my job. As long as I get paid at the end of the week, I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like, I was just telling them, when you took me to work the other day, I was like, I feel like I have too much to give to the world.
Yes, absolutely.
So I feel like me and my spirit and like my aura is just, people naturally gravitate towards me for whatever reason. And I feel like I'm supposed to give back some type of way. I haven't quite figured it out yet. That's something I'm still like looking into and discovering myself. But I feel like I'm just supposed to be giving back some way.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, if I would have never got...
It'll be
I believe that it'll come in time.
No, for real. But I feel like if I would have never got fired...
Chill on me, bro. Don't do that.
I feel like you already kind of know the direction you want to go in as far as like entertainment. Like I don't personally, I don't really see a lot of us working under somebody if we don't got to. But I mean that's kind of like the way the world is kind of trending, or like people our age is kind of trending. If I could just do some shit myself, no, for real. Like people will quit
to quit a job.
incredibly fast. You know what I'm saying? People will quit anyways, but it's just like nowadays, it's like you just see so much of so many things of like even just like TikTok and stuff like that.
It's too easy to make money.
It's too easy to make money.
So many ways to make money now.
But also it's like it's kind of deceptive as well too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The big money, I would say.
Yeah.
Like you can make money doing a lot of things, and if you know what I'm saying, if you do multiple things, you can have a steady stream of income. But like the people that make like a lot of that money, it is kind of deceptive. People think you can just pick up a camera and then become something. But also you can kind of just pick up a camera and become something. So it's like, it's kind of weird about it. But as far as like you and as far as like all of us, even in doing this, I definitely think that this is an avenue that we can really, or like a lane that we can really just kind of like ride to the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think we got something to say here. And specifically like Journey, I know you was talking to me. I mean, I don't know if Okay,
Preach.
but yeah, the streaming stuff. You
This
know
is
what I'm
a
saying?
safe
We've been getting
space to
invested
share.
seeing a lot of like streamers and stuff like that. So I think that's something that you could do. And like I said I do the shit with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm already. You know what I'm saying?
You live in the same house together. Why not?
We already live in the same crib. You know what I'm saying? So we might as well just make some shit shake. So if we can do that, all of this just feeds into each other. I feel like.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? All of this is
it's-
entertainment. This is
everything will come over time. I don't mean to digress, but I do.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I ain't gonna lie to you. But this is a good digression though. And the only reason why is because, this is light-skinned man that's been sitting here just thinking that he cute, smiling and stuff like that.
The high
Like
yellow?
the crowd
Why is he talking
doesn't
so
know
bad?
him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The crowd really doesn't know him. Who are you, Anthony?
We gotta hear about you. Hear from you. We want to know your story.
My story. Okay, guys, my name's Anthony. Like Laz said, we worked with each other renting cars for night shifts, working for a long period of time.
Forget all that.
I didn't like him.
Forget all that.
Didn't like him at all. But life came around. One of the hardest points in my life came around where Laz came back into my life. And
This is when I met you.
exactly Quan as well. Where I haven't talked to Laz. I want to say it was 5 years or 6 years, something like that. And we were close friends. We were funny. We joked around. But he came back in a pivotal point in my life where I was married, very happy, bought a house, lived a good time. I thought I had life planned for kids, things like that. And that abruptly ended with me not even understanding why it ended. So I was, at the time when I met back with Laz, he opened up his gym, and one of my goals were to get in shape and lose weight. So when I met Laz, I was depressed, sad, and I was 250 pounds.
Damn, Turner.
Yeah. So like,
I'm just 250 pounds.
yeah,
I'm impressed. I'm happy.
You got a picture?
it's right here. You see?
That's wild.
Lock him into a 40-week contract. Got him on here. Need this level of comment.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him. So
That was a good
Fucking
one.
got him.
basically what happened. Laz kept my head on straight. I kept his head on straight because he was going through stuff, and we kind of like iron sharpens iron. And mentally, I was there for Laz, and with the workouts, Laz was there for me. So he helped to grow my body, and I helped like keep him sane through everything that was going on with him. So that just built our relationship. And then with being friends with Laz, brought everyone else around.
No.
Except for this one right here. This was another situation. But Matt, Quan, Jerner, I actually live with Matt and Jerner. They're my roommates,
You know the
I
gang.
forgot what we named
You
the
know what
group
I'm
chat.
saying?
Gang,
It's Big
gang,
T over here.
So we have a relationship like that. So basically I realized you don't really have to go through your struggles by yourself. It's okay. I mean, my whole life, I kind of did everything myself. I was self-made. You couldn't tell me nothing. And everyone knows I'm a lone wolf. Like, I like doing things by myself. I don't like doing things in a pack. If I see a pack doing something together, I'm going to go check out what's on the other side just because I don't like following people. So just knowing that if I'm down and hurt, my boys got me, that's a crazy feeling if you've never experienced that. So Quan's been there for me multiple times where
Just had a conversation recently.
exactly where I'm down and hurt, I don't know what I'm going to do. Quan got me. But vice versa. Matt recently did it for me too, where it's just like everyone has contributed in my life in a way where I didn't know. I thought I lost with losing my wife and all that, my house and all that type of stuff. I gained a bigger family. I gained 4 great brothers where I didn't realize I needed because I thought I was good.
What the fucking crying this motherfucker, bro? This shit got
And then
crazy.
along with that, I got my sister
really
Mads here. I met her through
really
another
good, bro.
resource.
You're now on the world's greatest podcast. No disrespect.
Yeah.
The world's greatest podcast.
disrespect.
No,
They
all
Talkin
disrespect, man.
World's greatest
No,
podcast.
We the greatest.
No.
Where's
Y'all
the
heard it,
podcast?
He said
I ain't gonna disrespect nobody.
You don't know.
I'm just saying what it is.
Nah.
You don't want to know how we met.
That
She said, "Y'all don't
Clearly
know how we
not.
met."
Clearly not.
oh gosh. Yeah, no, we're here. I wanted to,
Somebody got to talk.
you know, the two of you guys obviously are here. Not that we.
What?
Well, you're filling in the shoes of Jalen, Mr.
No pun
Shoemaker.
intended.
You say
You're feeling in it.
I
I
think
got
Oh,
bars.
never replacing just an addition. We're adding addition.
We're adding
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, he's still-
you
he's still
guys.
gang.
Not replacing. I don't want to say
gang.
replacing, but for those of you
He
who have
only
been,
said that because his last name Shoemaker.
excuse Laz, but for those of you who have been riding with us for a long time, the reason why Jalen's not here is because, well, he's moved away.
He's in love.
But he's still very much so a part of the team.
Always and forever.
But
Gang.
we're very thankful to have Maddie and Anthony on as additions so far, and we hope you guys like them too. But anyway, back to the Shiznai's.
What? It's naive.
Bottom of the bottom.
2009, brother.
No, but I wanted to ask you guys. We've been on this long break, right? As we've alluded to plenty of times already.
If you haven't noticed already, this is the last episode.
Come on, man. You know what I do.
Yeah, sure.
But
you know what I do, man.
The thing that I wanted to say was, we're here. We're back now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's time? Do you feel like we're ready?
Yes.
To be completely honest, probably at like 7:05 when we was about to record, I was like, are we ready to come back?
Yeah.
Do I feel ready to come back?
Yeah.
Like, if you would have asked me a week ago, I was just, man, with a mic at, with
Man
cameras,
was
I'm ready to
just
talk.
texting me coming back from work talking, yo, bro, I can't wait to get to work, bro.
Can't
Like
wait
we
to
about to get this, we about to get
I
shaking.
don't know,
Yeah.
man. I kind of sat down. I was a tad bit nervous, I ain't speak as much as I normally would, but we getting there. We getting there.
I
Right,
think-
You gotta knock the rust off, bro.
I think we definitely all were a little nervous for the people that have been doing this. I think we were definitely nervous. But I mean, it's just like riding a bike. We have conversations. It's just a conversation in front of a camera. We have conversations
we normally
already.
do.
And
on a
honestly,
daily
I feel like with this setup, it's way more conversational now.
Oh yeah,
I feel like this is a lot more like if you look at the way like people are sitting.
this is
like
convenient for us to talk. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Before it was like
we had to
people
kind of
facing-
just
yeah,
keep our heads turned or
Yeah.
face forward. This is more of a conversational setting.
for sure.
So now we can kind of just shoot the shit. I'm very excited for what we got
I
coming
can't
forward.
wait until we have our first guest. I don't know who it's gonna be. I really don't know who it's gonna be, but
I was about to say, I can definitely wait for that. I ain't gonna hold you.
Let me get it.
Oh yeah, nah.
Let me get a smooth four. Let me get a smooth four, maybe five. Throwing the.
Besides that,
Throwing
we
a
can
guess.
talk it out in the meantime.
But other
figure
than
out
that,
what
you know what I'm saying. I'm excited as well.
to think back to the guests that we've had, like, and how they just came about, that was pretty dope.
Honestly,
Yes.
we done had some
But
amazing
it-
guests.
We made it
if
on
you want to toot our own horn a little bit,
Made it on
a
somebody's
Rory
little
Round mixtape.
project.
you know what I'm saying. Made it on Conway
with
mixtape.
Conway
the
mixtape.
price
You
going
know
up.
the price going up. You know what I'm saying.
What else? I mean, we
Skis
what else?
on.
Yeah, I mean,
Young world.
Young World.
people were just coming. That was
OJ,
awesome.
we done had people.
OJ.
That's a nice people.
I mean, like, who doing it better?
I want to ask,
What are you
do y'all
talking about?
think do y'all think we were able to continue on? I know myself and Sojourner has had this conversation. Do y'all think that we were able to continue on the path that we were on before we took the break? Do y'all think that we should have kept going?
No.
I used to think yes, but now I think no.
Why?
No, absolutely. The reason why I say no is because I feel like in a lot of aspects for the original members, I'm not going to include them because they just joined. A lot of aspects for the original members, we had a lot of shit we needed to work on. Organization, conversation, you motherfuckers arguing too fucking much. It was a lot of shit.
I think
A
we
lot
got
of
I think
shit
we
that
got it
needed to-
together.
No, shut the fuck up.
Y'all still
You
suck.
had your turn.
Communicate.
Yeah.
You had your turn. Shut the fuck up. Gosh. You got me fucked up right now.
Kwani Enforcer.
You shut the fuck up too.
Sorry, sir.
God damn it. But no, I just feel like we really, as a group, like for the original members, it was just so much that we lacked that we needed to work on. And I'm pretty sure y'all agree with that. It was like I said, communication, organization. Shout out to Maddie because she,
I'm gonna get y'all right because I don't play that.
Yeah, the text was
it
crazy.
definitely was a lot of things. Where it was like how we are right now, like you said, with this atmosphere, with how things was planned out, with how notes were taken, how meetings are had now. That's how we needed to be before. So
I think we were there, especially early in 2021, where I think we were, and early in 2021.
I feel
I
like
think
when
we
we
were
started,
meeting
we were
quite well, we didn't have a choice because we were recording. So I think we recorded 30 episodes our first season, right? Mm-hmm. And during that, we didn't have a choice but to keep meeting with one another. Yeah. After season 2, we were like, okay, we're doing, what do we do? 15 episodes, 15, 14 like episodes. And we said, okay, this is it. And then we kind of had a plan, but
I honestly think that's where we went wrong. Where we said like, all right, after 15. Like we just cut it.
Yeah, we got too relaxed.
Only because at the end of that 15, we started to gain like a lot of traction. Like I wish we could have kept going just for a little bit longer. Maybe even if it was for only like 3 or 4 weeks, and then cut it, or maybe cut it when it felt like organic to cut. I feel like we cut it because we just kind of had like, all right, well we're only going to do 15 episodes this weekend because we said that like. It's the time stamp. So we're at 15.
Basically, yeah. Basically.
But like at that 15 episodes when we started to gain like so much traction and so much viewership that it was like I feel like it was kind of a wrong time to cut it.
Quite possibly. I look at somebody who was on.
I feel like, not to cut you off. Mm-hmm. I feel like
to cut you off.
We was rolling down the hill too fast. I feel like, me personally, not to say that we weren't getting traction and we weren't getting noticed. But I think if we were to continue at that rate, ultimately we would have fucked ourselves up. I feel like the quality would have dipped to an extent in an attempt to maintain.
You mean
like the last 3 guests we had was very high, and not to say that we would have tried to get more guests, but I feel like we would have tried to maintain a certain level that we just weren't prepared to. At that point in time.
What I mean? I think about, someone who's on par with us here in the Buffalo area, and of course our goal is global, right? Mm-hmm. But someone who's on par with us here in the Buffalo area, who people will probably associate us with is No Label the Podcast, right?
Okay.
They just kept going. Mm-hmm. But what people want the people to know is like we're not a music podcast. This is a podcast about life. Yeah, and what it is that we deal with in life, and we could talk about any and everything, and that's kind of like the beauty with us. But we're kind of on par with them, but they just kept going, and then I just seen them getting more and more notoriety, and I'm thinking like to myself, should we have kept going? Not to compare us completely to them, but just should we have kept going, or are we doing right by being true to ourselves and saying, okay, let's take this break, and so that we can come back stronger than ever and, put out quality content. I do think that we do more than them in the aspect of, we throw events too.
We're a production company.
It's a production company.
It's a production
company.
I was going to say that, but I was also thinking in the sense of like music and stuff like that. Like there are people that just keep going consistently. Yeah. And that's fine. That's just what they do. That's what they're capable of.
I was thinking
that's what they can do
in regards to music.
Yeah, so it's like there are people that can drop every 6, like an NBA YoungBoy drops every 2 weeks.
Perfect example. I don't want to hear that.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not to say that the music isn't good or the quality of the music isn't there. If he can produce to the standard that he wants to consistently, why wouldn't you do that? I guess you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But I would say in comparison to us, we might be more akin to say like a Kendrick or a J. Cole.
For sure, absolutely.
In the sense of like we'll drop something. We'll have the events to go along with it. We'll have the merch to go along with it. We'll have, you know what I'm saying? We'll do what, you know what I'm saying? We'll do our thing. We'll network and we'll gather. We'll build the hype for it, and then we'll drop, and then that'll be that.
Yeah.
I don't never see us. I think maybe we could drop a double album. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could. Yeah. But I don't see us going on a run of like 50 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's something, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
That's just something that's not in there.
Yeah.
And I have seen a lot of podcasts do that. It's a couple that I've seen that just consistently drop every day. And not every day, but every week. And I don't know if that's from them just recording straight throughout the week or they're consistently meeting up every week or however that goes. But, we found our flow. I like to think that, just like I was saying before, having this space, having this new kind of like ambiance about us, having the new people on the pod.
Big Maddie.
Big Ant. You know what I'm saying? Big Ant, and just having us all be.
I don't like that. It's supposed to be Big Jerry, and that's it.
Oh, you're the little one. You
gotta share.
I'm sorry.
That's it.
But to just have all those things together right now feels like the perfect time, because even when we wanted to come back in like October,
yeah.
wouldn't have been this.
No, it wouldn't have.
You know what I'm saying? And
nowhere near this.
it would have been nowhere near this, and that's why.
We all right.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? We was all right. We was good. But you know, we had
shout out to Cruise Media. Shout out to Cruise Media.
You already know.
Big shout out.
Shout out. but like I was saying, you know, we had a vision for it, and I think that there were just certain points that it didn't make sense for us to try to execute that at the time now, like it is now.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm excited for.
I will say y'all just talked about like what y'all was going through. Y'all wouldn't have been able to push.
No, literally, that's what I'm saying. So the whole shit, it would have fell off anyways.
Yeah.
And also, what I want to say is like,
I'm a warrior. I'll go fight through it.
Put my plan to the side for a minute. Forget it.
But what they're talking about is more than just a podcast. It's a brand.
Yeah,
it's a production.
Yeah, look at it as
production company.
So it's like whatever y'all doing is branding yourself. It don't always have to just be podcast.
Yeah, for
y'all
sure.
do other stuff. As long as y'all are remaining prominent to the public, that's the important part. And I think
we
y'all
threw
have
3
been,
events
like,
before we
the
potted
cookout,
again.
the brunch, the R&B bingo that we just had.
The R&B bingo was lit.
The R&B bingo.
3 successful.
Yo, we
sold
did.
out.
Yo,
sold out.
everything.
3 successful events since the last time we potted.
Yeah.
I think, you know,
Exactly.
I think it kind of
Remain
sells itself. I mean, keep
Exactly.
behind it, but it sells
It
itself.
It does. I mean, now that y'all got me,
You know, we only going up
it
from here.
sells. It sells.
No
You know what I'm
limits.
saying?
No limit. I got a question.
Here we go.
All right, what's the
I got a
question,
question.
brother?
Give him a coffee mug for Christmas.
No, bro, I got a question.
What's that question?
I just
We're
want
not
to
to
know.
digress.
You'll get used to it.
I just kind of want to know
Sure.
if we had any words or anything like that. Words of the day. Or
If we had
anything
any
like-
words of the day,
Yeah, I just
words of the day.
I just missed it.
You just
I
missed it.
Yeah. Oh, you got
Before you
anything
do
for
that,
us?
Can I say this camera quality is amazing?
It's fucking.
I can actually see my tattoo on my arm.
No, this is
Not even being funny.
actually.
Like this
It's
camera
actually
quality
crazy.
is
You know what I'm saying?
amazing.
God damn, my phone's hot as a mother.
Y'all knees are out. It's crazy.
Knees is out, my toes is out. Don't pan down to the toes.
Yeah.
No, we see those toes.
I was like,
hey,
I was like, man, don't got on socks.
He pulling the line.
I thought that was lies when I first walked in here. I ain't
Man,
gonna lie.
my toes about to be
No,
out.
lies don't
Best
wear
believe.
Yeah, Laz ain't got no socks on. For sure.
No, he got socks on.
Oh, you got socks
He
on?
got
too?
no shows.
Oh,
He
it's the
got no
low
shows.
riders.
I know Laz
Come on,
The
man.
low riders.
Come on, man. Always got socks.
Well, he
on.
typically don't wear socks.
or shoes.
And then he like,
You even got an anklet on over there?
Criminal.
All right, boom. So I got a word today. It's actually it's a little bit ironic, but it's actually kind of the opposite of a break. But this is the word that I want to use to kind of bring contrast. You understand what I'm saying? Boom.
because we're coming off of a break.
Because we're
We gotta
coming
stop
off
it.
of a break.
It's like an
and
actual
we continue.
word.
You know what I'm saying?
He's spitting.
You know what I'm saying?
Bars,
The word is enjamment.
You just made that up.
All right.
Yo, we
Enjamment, bro. ENJAMBMENT. Enjamment.
Nah,
Wait,
that
say
sounds
it again?
crazy.
Is it in,
ENJAMBMENT. Enjamment.
so in
Is it B
jam
silent?
mint?
Yeah.
Enjamment, not
Enjamment. No, you wouldn't say mint. It wouldn't be
Enjamment.
enjamment.
Y'all confusing me right now. Let me definition.
Enjamment. Enjamment. It means.
Is it a noun or
It means
adjective,
it's a noun.
Okay.
It's a noun, and it's the continuation of a sentence without a pause beyond the end of a line, couplet, or stanza.
Or like a run-on sentence?
Yeah. Enjamment.
My boy back with the gems.
You already know what it is.
Back with the
All
gems.
right.
Enjamment.
I'm back with the enjams.
Enjamment.
Okay.
So we did that.
I caught it too. I caught
How
it.
would you use that in a sentence?
Picking up
That's what I was gonna say.
You know you
That's
gotta
how would
use a
how would I
sentence.
use it in a sentence?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out to WCC. Thank you for coming out to What They Talk About podcast. I was not prepared for that. But enjamment, man. You know what I'm saying? Use some context clues. I'm sure we can figure it out. Figure it out.
All right,
You know what I'm
somebody
saying? Should I try to find an example? Let's see.
No,
Let's see
you
what I
should
can
just
do.
think of one.
Think
You
of
have to
one?
think of
I got a
Oh,
sentence.
oh, yeah. I'm
I got it.
Laz got it. Hold on. Laz got
Laz got a
it.
sentence.
I got it.
You got it. You can do it.
Go ahead.
Enjamment.
It's a noun, remember.
I was waiting for Matt to give his word of the day. He said it was enjamment. I didn't know what that
Wrap
meant.
it up then. Wrap it up then. Time to go.
I mean, I guess
That
I
was
guess
clever.
it
That was
worked.
clever.
That was, you know, come on, man. That's why
Use
when they used to
that
ask us for sentences in school, I used to use it
Yo,
just
did you
like
use
that.
it?
I know you use it just like that.
Does.
Clever. That's clever. Anybody's got a word today. Y'all funny.
Google ain't helped neither. It says he uses enjamment less than many poets. Anyways,
I'm
folks.
Google.
Anybody got a
Context clues.
Nah, that's
That's
only
it.
Matt's job. That's
That's
Matt's job.
well,
Yeah, that's just something I do.
I don't care.
Yeah,
What you want to do a word of the day too?
No, I don't. I
Would
actually
you,
had a
would you
question.
like your own little
Okay,
segment?
what's your
I definitely
question?
had a
What's your
question.
question?
This
Now
for
she's stealing
everybody.
all. Now she's
This
stealing
for
all the
everybody.
sauce.
No, for real.
Got
Come on.
questions,
Let's
words.
hear it. Let's hear it.
So
Let's
we
hear it.
talked about, we talked about a lot of things that we dealt with in our lives today, and you talked about getting fired. You talked about getting fired. I ain't get fired, but you talked about things you dealt with. Y'all both dealt with some stuff, and you dealt with some stuff too. So my question is what would you tell yourself 5 years ago? What's one word you would give yourself 5 years ago? For me, it would be grace. Like I need to give myself more grace 5 years ago. So what would it be for y'all?
I got it.
How about last goes last? Juan, what's your word?
Dang, that's
Last.
crazy.
Support.
Everybody
Support.
got
Realize you got support around you.
There we go. Matt,
discipline, my brother.
that's a good one.
To this day,
Still
figure it
learning.
out, bud.
Jern?
Discipline.
Jaren, what you got?
Patience.
Okay.
Patience. Definitely.
Lads, we don't care.
Oh, yeah, for me though.
Let's move on.
Before last, for me,
You're right.
for me, I learned trust. Like
Okay.
just trusting that things will be okay. And let's hear it last.
I got it.
That was my answer. I was saying the same thing. I was saying trust, but instead of that, I'll say relax.
Relax.
Yeah, relax.
I had faith lined up for you, but
Relax. I said I would give myself grace.
Grace.
She disagrees. She disagrees.
Because we talk
But I
about
like
having
relax.
those. We talk about having tough conversations with ourselves. So it's like you had to have the conversation with yourself when you was younger. But what are the tough conversations you have with yourself now?
Crazy.
Is it still the same shit or is it different?
Yeah,
in some
Mixture of
aspects,
both.
it's the same.
It's
In
definitely
some
the same.
aspects, I'm dealing with a bunch of new shit. Like I said, discipline is a thing for me. So I do find myself telling myself, yo, you're never going to go through this shit again. And then I go out and do the exact same shit that got me to this point again. And it's like, but the thing is for me, is I find myself every time, I do kind of get lower than I did before, but I also get higher than I did before the next time. So that's kind of like why I feel like when I'm at the new height, it feel like, oh, I'm never going down again. But because I think that shit, if I do go down, it do be worse. So I'm kind of, it's this thing, it's called regressing to the mean, which essentially means that no matter how high you go, no matter how low you go, it always evens out regardless.
It's called the Red Queen's race.
What?
Wait, what did he say?
Okay,
It's called the
Something
Red
about colorful
Queen's
queens.
race.
the Great Queen's Race?
Red Queen's race.
Red Queen's
Red
Race.
Queers.
That's what that's
What?
called?
You run this hard just to stay in place. So Jay-Z.
Oh, nigga. Anyways, let me get back to my
He's a
point.
rapper.
So then,
Bars.
I'm just trying to coast, kind of, really, in a sense. It's like I don't even try to like. Well, one of my issues before, another thing that I had to have a conversation with myself was that I have to celebrate my wins. I'm not a big celebrator of my wins, kind of thing.
It's hard.
It just don't. It never feel like it's enough. You know what I'm saying? To really qualify as like a win. But now I'm kind of just trying to have level reactions to kind of things that go on in my life, because if I lean towards one way too long, the whole shit gonna tip over. So if I'm too low and I keep leaning into that shit, then I'm gonna be stuck in that. And I'm gonna be depressed. And if it's too high for too long, I won't be able to. Yeah, I'm gonna wild out. I'm not gonna be able to, like, if I had to say like something more physical, I wouldn't be able to budget. You know what I'm saying? I'm more likely to just go out and just do shit because I feel good instead of what I should be doing responsibly.
Yeah.
You know? So that's kind of like my thing, just trying to be level. So that's the conversation I have with myself. Trying to stay level.
The hell you hit me for?
You up next, bud?
How
What
does
about
your
you?
word?
What you mean? What about me? I gave my word.
Yeah, the word. Give
Yeah,
a paragraph
so you
of
still
how.
No, she was asking you like
Are
what
you
kind
still
of
feeling the
conversations
same
you
way?
have.
Like,
Tough conversations.
Are you still giving yourself that same conversation that you would have gave yourself 5 years ago?
Depending on what the conversation is about, yeah. Sort of.
You said
Kind
support,
of.
right?
Yeah.
So would you still give yourself? Do you still feel like you don't have support?
No, not even like now. The conversation when it comes to support that I have support. Like the last time me and Ann had a conversation, one of the realest things I ever heard somebody say, and it was a rapper, was, if I look at you as a brother, and I told Aunt this straight up, you're my brother now. If you having a dark day, bring me in that dark day with you.
Casting
You
your
got
burdens
that
on
support.
others.
Don't sit here and think you got to go through anything. And I mean this for anybody I really love, I care about, all y'all. If you having a dark day, Bring me in that dark day with you. Because I know y'all would expect me to do the same, so don't do what you wouldn't want me to do.
Galatians 6:2.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Thank you. Read it this week. Look it up in the book. For me, I said grace because, I mean, even still now and back then, like, I'm so hard on myself. Like you said, like, it just seems like, you know, it's never enough. I feel like I never do enough. I feel like it's always something I could be doing, always somebody I could be helping out, always somebody I could be giving a word to or something. It's like, I feel like my job is never done. Like, I'm very restless in that. I don't rest in just saying, like, yo, Maddie, you're doing a great-ass job for yourself right now. And it's like, I keep telling myself, like, I am, but I don't really feel that. It's like, damn, I should be doing more. And then it's just like, I have that conversation, but also right now in this season, with everything that's going on, I am learning how to give love, learning how to accept love, learning how to show love, because for so long, all I've been was about work. And it's just like now just engaging in love is difficult. It's hard. I'm like, damn, did I have to be that hard? Like, do I gotta be that rough? Like, I'm not a soft person. And I want to be soft and I want to be nice. And it's just this is just in all aspects. But it's like really giving myself grace and saying that, yo, it's okay to be loving and it's okay to accept love. And it's okay to rest in that. You need to rest.
For sure.
You know, that's what the Sabbath day is for, resting. I got to rest. And if I'm not, I'm just going, where I'm not accepting anything. It's just here for a little bit. It's just surface level. And I'm not even taking that in emotionally. It's just like, I'm here for a little time, I'm here for a good time, but I don't care about where it goes.
Dang. Okay. Yep. Well, for me, the same kind of thing what Maddie was saying, where for me, I feel like trusting, what I learned about trust and through you guys is that I trust that I don't got to be in control of all things and all aspects of my life or like of what's going to happen. I have to trust that God is going to protect who I love.
Let go and let God.
Yeah, let it go. Don't stress about it. Don't lose sleep about it. As long as I did what I can do, as long as I came in, did what I can do, got everything done that in my control, just lay it on Him, and that's a conversation I have with myself over and over and over again.
I said patience. Going back to my younger self, and I'll even say will resonate with me today is because we all know it's like I'm kind of like a pusher. I work a lot. Like that's just me. So it's like I never give myself time to reap the benefits of the work that I've done. So I'll never get the chance to see that growth in something that I put the work in for. So it's me sitting back and actually watching the things that I've worked for blossom. So it's just I never really got to necessarily cherish those moments because, like I said, all I do is work. I put so much energy into some stuff, like most things, like even with the podcast, like they know I pressure them, like, yo, we got to do this. Like I'm always the guy like running around chicken with his hat cut off. So it's just patience, sit back, relax. Sometimes, just bask in the moment and then go from there.
If it makes you feel any better, look at where we at today, bud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
look at how we look today.
In patience, I didn't have to, have to do all the stuff that I normally do. So,
Yeah, delegate to me.
Oh, he's good at delegating. Oh, he's real good at delegating.
I'm good at working too. Don't say it just like that.
All right, Laz, it's your turn. Let's hear Laz.
Hey, man, I'm good, man.
It's crazy. You cut no one off.
I don't cut people off. Y'all get cut.
Bullshit.
Hey, man.
Bullshit.
Listen, God is good. All right. All the time. And all the time.
God is good.
That's what I said.
And, so we getting up on out of here then?
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it's just, I mean, I think you guys have said it all. It's like what more can I say?
Damn, you always got a lot.
For once, you ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah. He said he has to say.
It's like what more can I say? It's just like I said, relax, trust.
What more can I say?
Be patient. All of these things, it is what it is. You'll get through. You'll be all right. You'll get through. Whether it's a forced break, whether it's a planned break, whether it's a breakup, whether it's a breakdown, you'll get through.
Yeah.
You'll get through. Don't worry about it. And God is good all the time. And all the time,
God is good.
That's what I said. I said that. That's what I said.
All right, well, you could have been anywhere in the world.
But you're here with us.
There it is. Yes, sir. You already know episode 1 in the books.
I don't have any no air horns or anything.
Where can we find this?
Oh, of course, you can follow us on YouTube
I
at What
guess
They
we
Talk
did
About
kinda get ahead of
Podcast.
ourselves,
That
huh?
is our YouTube page, What They Talk About Podcast.
Is it?
On Instagram, yes. On Instagram, it is WTTB Productions. And our Twitter is WTTB Prod.
Yeah, Prod.
Prod. That's our socials. Personal plugs? No?
Oh, it's your boy Cozy
plugging
Cartier.
God.
I got my at
Your boy Cozy
underscore
Cartier.
hey HEYY Maddie MADDIEE. Make sure you guys follow me.
At Cozy_Cartier on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter as well. At Silk No Poly. It's your boy.
Y'all not getting my Twitter.
Gosh.
You wanna
Follow
plug
me
the
on
gym?
Twitter.
Anything?
Please come on down to 391 Washington.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, say it louder.
Come on
Hey,
down.
Whole business
To
though.
the
Say
yeah.
it like you mean it.
Say it
You was over here
louder.
talking about
All right,
the podcast.
That's good.
Podcast. This and it. Yeah, you want to just come over down to
Hey.
the
Get on down here or
on.
down there to
Yeah.
391 Washington.
Right.
And let's get you right because you look sloppy.
You look
All right?
sloppy.
You look sloppy.
You
We
look
don't want
sloppy.
that. We want you
You're all
healthy,
beautiful.
feeling good.
Couldn't be that.
Shut up, what's that?
Yeah,
We want you
look
healthy,
sloppy.
feeling good, looking good,
Put my shirt down.
and putting out great things into the world. So get on down to Absolute Health and Wellness. You know what to do.
You know what it is.
Follow me on Instagram at that/. Follow the gym. We are _absolute. That's what I said.
We are
We are
absolute.
absolute.
Yep.
We are absolute.
We are absolute.
Follow the podcast page. What's the podcast page?
We already
Y'all know what the
WTG
podcast page. We already said it.
Oh
You know what to
yeah,
do.
at Marketing in the Abstract Way.
Yeah.
Marketing in the
Also,
abstract way.
yes.
Yeah. All the plugs. Follow God.
Yeah.
Follow God.
Go to your local
What?
church.
Follow God.
Go to church.
And does the podcast? I mean, does the Pod Hub have a?
Follow the Pod Hub. The Pod
Hub
Hub
Studios.
Studios.
Pod Hub
Hub
Studios.
Those
Follow
beautiful,
Jamil.
amazing settings. That
They bringing you all the ambiance.
Jamil,
They bringing you all the
follow Jamil.
tech. They bringing you all the waters
Shout
if you
out
got
to
a cough
Jamel
like me.
for allowing us to use the space.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all, man. Now finally.
Subscribe.
Subscribe! Word to Desmond. Subscribe!
Yeah, what they said.
But also, you could have been anywhere in the world. I want to end it with that.
But you're here with us.
There it
And we
is.
appreciate that.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right.
There we
till
go.
next time.
Fantastic. Success!